Nowadays, more and more female enter into the field that was dominated by male and break the gender stereotype. However, they still face many difficulties. Here we get female bishop in Newcastle, Helen-Ann. She's going to show her experience and opinions for the upcoming International Women's Day.
So my name is Helen-Ann Hartley and I'm the Bishop of Newcastle, and also with my role I am a member of the House of Lords, which is the second chamber in the Parliament in Westminster, so I have a responsibility in that context too. For the first time women were able to be ordained priests. That's 30 years ago, and 10 years ago I myself became a bishop, though not in England because I became a bishop in New Zealand, but actually the first woman who became a bishop in England. She will reach that 10-year mark next year. And certainly outside the church people are very warm and welcoming, and then inside the church too, but I think on the whole I've experienced only really positive things. I don't agree with it. So I do work alongside people quite a lot of the time. I think that where I find it challenging in the Church of England is that there are some people who think women shouldn't be in ordained leadership because for Christians we have the model of Jesus, who had 12 disciples and they were all men, so it's wrong to have women. So that's one argument. The other argument that I have more struggle with, I think, is in the New Testament there's an image of the man as the head of the woman, therefore the woman should not be in a position of authority over the man. I have a bit more of a problem with that theologically. So from a faith perspective I would say that, you know, we're not in the time of the New Testament and context is different, and we need to read biblical passages particularly in context and be careful with that. So but you know, at the end of the day I think people do hold different views, and as I said, it's really more of their issue than it is mine, and I just really work hard to be the best leader that I can be, to model something that they can actually look at and see, well, okay, she's doing a good job, therefore maybe they'll change their mind.
As a woman in such high position, Helen-Ann's achievement is inspiring. However, she still suffers from gender discrimination being a woman.
For example, recently I was in a public situation, and an older gentleman said to me that he remembered who I was because he liked my hairstyle. and I sort of thought, oh, you know, come on, it's 2024, is that really, would you have said that if I had been a man? And I'm not so sure. And I think in many ways it's a generational thing. So I'm quite patient with people, and you know, and I don't get too worked up, but I think if I saw that happening maybe to a younger woman, then I probably would say something or encourage that woman to speak out, because I think discrimination still exists, but the more we have women in roles like this in public life, then the more normal it becomes.
In the end, Helen-Ann encourages more women to break the gender stereotype.
I'd say be bold, be courageous, be confident in who you are. You don't have to be like anybody else. You can aspire to be like somebody who you really admire, and that's the best that you can be, and be confident with that. The most important thing I think I can say is to be courageous.